Samore lovebirds. What's up? What's going on? So as you guys know, I'm now selling Indian hair, my seduction wave, which is on my big cartel site, and I'm super excited about it. And of course I'm going to be reviewing the hair with you guys. I'm going to be showing you guys the hair and the quality of the hair and things like that. I'll do updates and all that other good stuff, right? And I'll be wearing it. And so with a lot of my wigs that I make, actually all of my wigs that I make, I create a bleaching effect without actually bleaching my frontals or my closures, just because I've always been very busy and I've never really had time to like do all that extra stuff, and I just didn't really want to be honest. So now you know, I do have a little more time on my hands, but I still just don't feel like dealing with all the chemical stuff, mixing, smelling those chemicals and all that stuff. So I just want to eliminate all that stuff altogether. And the same way that you guys have seen me do time and time again is the same way that I do for the little mamas that I create, my custom made units. So here goes one. This is a frontal. This is my Indian seduction wave frontal, and this one is 18 inches, and as you can see, it doesn't have bleached knots, and the lace is actually a pretty good color lace that I think will blend pretty nicely with my hair, just kind of like testing it on my skin. But I still want to make sure that it has that scalp effect to it. So in order to do that, and I'm just going to kind of show you guys really quick because I still have to wash the hair once I construct the wig, but in order to do it for demonstration purposes, I felt like why not do it before I go ahead and do all that extra stuff, before I make the wig. It's so much more visible right now. So what I normally do is back in the days, what I used to do is I used to use concealer, and I used to like just put it in the parting area wherever I wanted to part. And over time, I kind of switched up my style a little bit, and I started using powder because I realized that powder doesn't really stain, especially when you have like higher end quality lace, higher end quality wigs. You don't really want them getting messed up, stained, or whatever, especially imagine you use the wrong concealer color and it looks orange. So you don't want all those problems. And then another thing with powder as opposed to actually bleaching the knots is I've seen times where the bleaching can go over processed, and then you can get orangey looking hair, you can get orangey looking what is this called? Orangey looking lace, and that's not hot, and that does not look realistic. I mean, it doesn't always happen, but I've seen it happen a few times. I've even seen videos where people are talking about, oh, I bleached my knots, and I'm like, that looks orange. You know, like, but you know, I'm not the type to blow up anybody's spot, so I just look at it and go, move on to the next video. So the one that I use, you know, you can use any powder that's close to your skin complexion. I have some from when I used to be a Mary Kay consultant. I still have these powders, and this is what I use for my wigs. I kind of like had to play with the colors because I have a few different brown colors, but I feel like this particular color, which is a beige 2, I don't know if any of you guys have Mary Kay powder, but for my particular complexion, this one looks much more realistic. I do have another one, which sometimes if I can't find this one, or if I just feel like using the other one, I might use the other one, but that's what I do. So let's go ahead and let me show you exactly what it is that I do. So with this brush that I have right here, or any brush, you know, this is just a brush that I don't really use on my face. I had gotten it at an event I went to. I just kind of swirl it into the powder a little bit. And what I do, I just go ahead and do this. I mean, it's so simple, so easy, and so effective. Okay? And you can already see that it's changing the color of the lace. I'm going to go ahead and get some more powder and just continue to like just paint it on there. I'm not going to put too much right now. And you can always just, if you just want to do it where the part is, that's perfectly fine too. If you know you're going to have a side part or a middle part, you part it while it's wet. Once it's dry, you go ahead, you put your powder underneath, and you're good to go. And you don't even have to do all over the place if you know that you're only going to have one little part. So, you know, just continue to do it just the same way. And you can put as much as you want. If it does come through to the other side, you can always just brush it off. I mean, that's what I've done on numerous occasions. You guys have seen me. But you see how it's already changing the color of the lace. Like, this is the easiest way to create bleach knots ever. And even if you part it, I should have parted it before. See, it's starting to look better. See that? You see that, right? You do see a little bit of the powder probably, but you see that it looks more like, but you guys pretty much get the point. I'm not gonna like, cause I still have to wash it, so all my powder is going to like be gone. But this is pretty much what you gotta do. I mean, dealing with frontals, you definitely have to have a little bit of patience because you do have to pluck them. You have to do all this extra stuff if you really want the best effect. So as you can see, it just gives it this nice brown color, this brown tint. You don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, is it the wrong color? You know, how long do I have to process it? It definitely saves some time. It saves some money because you're using products that you already might have. I mean, if you're going to do this with powder that you use for your face, I would definitely suggest to pour a little bit out into, if it's loose powder, pour a little bit out into maybe like some aluminum foil. And then you do it from there, as opposed to using the same brush that you're putting on your dirty lace front or lace frontal onto or back into your makeup that you got to put on your face. That's not sanitary, okay? So don't say I didn't tell you nothing, okay, boo? All right, guys, make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't for other tips and tricks that I'll be doing coming up very soon. I'm thinking of also doing a construction so you guys can kind of see how I construct my wigs, because I haven't done one of those in like about 2 or 3 years. So I think I'm going to be doing one of those so you guys can actually see it. And the old ones, I'm pretty sure I took them down because they were like so old and they weren't all that popping, you know? So, alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.